Hey guys, my name is David Makia, and over the next few minutes we're going to take a look at the 5 exercises you see scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Before we jump in, we need to establish our neutral spine position, as shown in this picture, by engaging the glutes and abs and rotating the ribcage down. Also check that your ears are vertically aligned with your shoulders to ensure proper head alignment. This spinal position should be maintained throughout each exercise to maximize range of motion and performance while minimizing the risk of injury. The first exercise we'll look at is the squat. This movement exhibits flexion at the hip, knee, and ankle joints while maintaining stability in the upper body. This exercise mainly targets the quads while the hamstrings and glutes play a supportive role. To execute a proper squat, start with your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, and angled slightly outwards. The motion should initiate from your hips and feel similar to sitting back in a chair. Once you get to the bottom of the movement, drive your heels into the ground to come back up. Let's take a closer look at the bottom of our squat. Here we should see our spine parallel to our shins. Some people make the mistake of leaning too far forward and curving their back. Others do the opposite by arching their back and looking up. Both deviations from our neutral spine position increase the risk of injury. These errors can be eliminated by engaging the glutes and abs and keeping the rib cage rotated down. Also, one way to fix your head alignment is to place your fingers between your chin and chest as shown, and ensure that this stays connected throughout the entire exercise. Another common mistake that we want to avoid is allowing our knee to cave in. This movement fault creates a lot of stress in our knee and can be corrected by engaging the glutes throughout the movement so our knees stay aligned over our toes. The second exercise is the lunge, which utilizes hip and knee flexion coupled with upper body stability. When done properly, this exercise will target the glutes and hamstrings, though the quads and calves also play a role. Begin the movement by taking a large step forward with your left foot, landing on your heel and rolling through until your foot is flat on the floor. While maintaining a neutral spine position, lower your body straight down so that your torso is perpendicular to the ground. When at the bottom of the lunge, both legs should form 90-degree angles at the knees, and your left knee should be directly over your left ankle. Now engage your glutes and hamstring and drive through your left heel to push yourself back to the starting position. Be careful not to lean too far forward or let your front knee go past your ankle. Both of these errors will prevent the exercise from strengthening your glutes and hamstrings the way it was intended to. These errors can be fixed by emphasizing the checkpoints mentioned earlier and adjusting your step size accordingly. The plank is a great isometric exercise that can be used to strengthen the core. There are also a lot of thigh muscles that stabilize the body during this exercise. When you begin holding the plank, make sure your arms form 90-degree angles, with your elbows directly below your shoulders and your forearms straight out in front of you to create stability at the shoulder. When executed properly, your body should be aligned from your ankle to your ear. People often hold their butt too high, which makes the exercise easier by taking the tension off of the abs and allowing other muscles to support the position instead. In order for this exercise to work properly, it's critical to lower your butt so that your hips are in line with your ankles and ears. A few more common mistakes are shown here. The arms are not at the desired 90-degree angle, which makes the exercise easier on the abs and harder on the shoulders. The lower back is sagging because the abs aren't engaged enough, and the head is looking up and breaking our neutral spine position. Think about pushing your belly button towards your spine to help you engage your abs and flatten out your back. Do not continue to hold the plank once you feel that your abs are too fatigued to keep your lower back flat, as this could lead to injury. Next, we have the dumbbell bench press, which primarily targets the chest muscles while the shoulders and triceps play a secondary role. Begin by lying down on a bench with your feet flat on the floor. Establish your neutral spine position by engaging the abs and pushing your belly button to the bench so there is no space between your lower back and the bench. Start with your palms facing forward and your hands to the side of your chest. Be aware that keeping your elbows close to your sides will target the triceps, while keeping them farther away will put more emphasis on your chest and shoulders. From this position, engage your chest and triceps to fully extend your arms and forearms without locking your elbows. Once you reach the top, lower your arms in a controlled fashion along the same path they took on the way up. A common error with this exercise is to disengage the core and allow your lower back to arch. Keep those abs engaged and drive your heels into the ground to prevent injury and improve the quality of your workout. Another error is to deviate from the perpendicular path the arms should follow on the way up. In this case, his arms are moving too far back, which redistributes the weight and places excess strain on his shoulders while making it too easy on his chest. Be aware of your body orientation so you can maximize the effects of each rep and target the desired muscle groups. The single-arm dumbbell bench row is a great exercise for various back muscles, including the lats as well as the middle and lower traps. It also engages the posterior deltoid, biceps brachii, and a few forearm muscles. Begin by placing your left knee and left hand on a bench so that your torso is parallel to the ground when neutral spine position is established. Grip the dumbbell with your right hand and lift it straight up while keeping your elbow close to your body. A common error occurs when we take on too much weight and begin to use our hips and rotate our torso in order to lift the weight. This removes the focus from the correct muscle groups, so ensure that you keep your hips in a fixed position and are engaging only your back and arm muscles to produce a controlled movement. It's also important to keep your scapula in a stable position. A common tendency is to let the weight of the dumbbell pull your scapula out of position at the bottom of the lift. Counteract this error by keeping your back muscles engaged so your scapula stays in a stable position. I hope this video is helpful to you. Please feel free to ask questions or leave comments below, as your feedback is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and always remember, set your neutral spine first.